Hello Sagittarius, this is your astrological prognosis for September 2012 with me, Lada from astrolada.com. Of course, check always the ascendant sign, the moon sign, and the sun sign. But if you don't have time, check just the ascendant sign, because this is very important one. And to find out your ascendant and moon sign, go to my website astrolada.com, to my birth chart calculator, and you need to know the time of your birth to know your ascendant. If you don't, then just listen to your sun sign prognosis, which everyone normally listens to, and maybe if you can, the moon sign as well. But I would focus always on the ascendant if I was you. And what does September hold for you, Sagittarius? Well, as I've been saying about all the other signs, it's the most important thing is that Saturn will be for the last month, since the last 2.5 years when it went into your 11th house. It will be for the last month day in your 11th house from Sagittarius. What does Saturn do? Saturn wants to teach us lessons wherever it passes. And Saturn wants us to become more mature, more serious, responsible in that area of life, and it tests us. If we're loyal, if we're realistic, hardworking in that area of life, it gives us productive time. Still with a lot of effort, but it gives us productive results. If not, it takes away from us. And 11th house, it's first and foremost is the house of long-term dreams and goals in your life. So for a lot of you, especially Sagittarius ascendants, there's been a restructuring of what your dreams and goals, long-term goals in life, your long-term plans, the things that you're striving ahead for. And for a lot of you, if they were unrealistic, those dreams and goals, Saturn cut them off. And now for the last time, there is a possibility of a certain, reality check in that area of your life, and certain last developments in that area to do with your goals and dreams. And a lot of you, Saturn made you work probably very hard to fulfill your goals and dreams. Saturn is a very practical, down-to-earth, material planet, and it wants to materialize and concretize things, make them happen. And those of you who were devoted to your goals and dreams, there is a last-time chance that something positive will develop in that area of your life, that the results of your work and your effort will pay off. There will be some developments. But those of you who were not on an authentic path in connection to your goals and long-term dreams and projects for the future, especially dreams, they will very likely have a few of their dreams have fallen off. They become more realistic. They've restructured their approach to those goals and what they want out of life in the long future, and what their dreams are. They've been curtailed and trimmed and made more realistic. And in the worst case scenario, they had just to drop some of those, because they saw they're not going anywhere. But if you've been honest and loyal and hardworking, it's very likely now that in September there will be some result, because before a planet leaves a sign, it usually brings some final development in that area of life. And the 11th house is also to do with titles and honors. So some of you have been working very hard for maybe a university degree, or maybe for a PhD, or whatever, some title in your name, or for some honor in your career, some acknowledgement. And if you've been doing a great work, maybe it's very likely that Saturn in September can acknowledge you for that, can give some developments, in that area before it leaves. And also it's good time to think, how did I work on my dreams, long-term dreams and goals? Have I been consistent and productive and hardworking and loyal to those? Or did I have to abandon them? Make a reassessment of this period and see how you've passed the lessons, depending on the results that you're getting right now at this point of your life. If they're positive, then you've done a good work. If not, well, then at least Saturn help you, tested you, and help you stay with more realistic dreams in your life. And 11th house is the house of friendship. So for a lot of you, maybe your friends were being tested somehow in your life, or maybe you had testing experiences with friends or groups, social groups. 11th house is not exactly your nearest and dearest, but it's more like social group and peer group that you're moving around, the social environment you're moving around with, that you share common goals and ideals with. and some of you maybe worked very hard in the past 2.5 years in relation to more humanitarian or social activities with other groups. Maybe you got involved with such and became much more productive in that area and much more focused and serious. Or some of you maybe cut off certain unhealthy individuals or environments that they move through, like certain social groups, and maybe they isolated themselves a bit more, because Saturn has this tendency, to make you reassess what is worth and leave only the things. And even if you don't want it, it will do it through outside sources like friends leaving, or your group of social group friends like moving away somehow, or you not being so, you're retreating with just a few friends that the sense of who you are and who have similar goals and ideals and hopes with you. And it's the last time there can be certain tests in that direction, or conclusion of matters, completion of matters that have been happening around friendships and social groups in your life. And that's the most important thing. So pay attention to these topics during that period, Sagittarius. Also, there is a quick influence of much more lighter of the sun. And sorry, I want to add another thing for Saturn in the 11th house. It's about social acceptance. It's about how well you're accepted and validated from peers and from society. So for some of you might have been quite a testing time with Saturn there in the past 2.5 years. And for others, just a period of very intensified work in that direction, which you had to do with effort to get acknowledgement and to receive love from others. I mean, love and appreciation and acceptance. And again, these topics can crop up again now before Saturn leaves, more intensely come to the forefront of your mind, certain developments in that direction. And last, the Sun and Mercury in your 10th house this month, Sagittarius. So it's a very busy month for career and for moving with your projects and with your socially active kind of, like social activities that you do, the things that people know you through. It's usually your career and your work. For some of you might be some good developments in your career and your work. For some of you it might be just moving forward with projects, something happening there in career that is important. And you have focused a lot to do with your work and with your status and with your worldly actions. 10th house is worldly actions. And you might have more interactions with authority figures, whether it's governments, bosses, or fathers, anyone that is a bit higher than you and has some control and power over you. You might have certain interaction then, you might approach bosses or, such more higher standing figures, certain developments in that area. But it's kind of a more, there's a lot of concentration of planets above the horizon for you, so it's an active month. It's not a withdrawn month for Sagittarius ascendants in particular. It's much more, you're out there in society, you're either working, socializing, you're doing something, you're outwardly action. Is not concentrated on you like introverted energy. It's out there energy, doing things, active, and just specific days. Those of you who have only their ascendant in Sagittarius, only the ascendant, this doesn't matter for the sun or the moon, only the ascendant sign from 14 to 17 degrees of Sagittarius, and now the other degree or two before or after, they will have Jupiter influencing their house of relationships, and it's very important. Now it's a time where you'll be more magnetic to others. Others will be attracted to you. You can meet someone important in your life. Someone can become your business partner or life partner, like a soul partner. This is a period when, if you're married already, in a good relationship, you can improve your relationship with your partner or business partner, where you can heal old broken relationships. You can approach someone and they will react to you much more benevolently and tolerantly and with acceptance. You can meet foreign people, or wiser people. Jupiter indicates more wiser, more spiritually aware people, or just even if it's the normal people you approach in your life, they'll be somehow more tolerant and they'll do something good for you or bring you something positive in your life or help you somehow, tell you something good or make a partnership with you and help you in some way. And for love is extremely positive because you become more magnetic to others, others are drawn to you, and you can meet someone. This is one of those big important transits if your ascendant is from 13 till 17 degrees Sagittarius, where you can meet this important person in your life. or just do some important partnership or some important business deal, because seventh house is also business deals. Interaction with another. Interactions are not only sexual interactions, can be business interactions, can be anything to do with exchanging goods, and so it's a good month for traders, for business people, people who have consultancies, who work one-to-one with others, who are in the service industry, more clients coming to them. Good period for business. Anyway, Sagittarius, I want you to think more during September how you've handled the lessons of Saturn in the 11th house, which has to do with your dream, long-term dreams, acknowledgement from society, acceptance from society, from friendships and peer groups. What happened in those few years? And there is probably a last conclusion of this process now. Thank you.